When you first join the group, there are guidelines and rules, really, that you have to agree to, and you're reminded of it. And especially when I first started, there were a few new people, so we would bring it up more regularly about what the rules were about confidentiality and how you are the most appropriate way for you to ask a question, or the most appropriate way for you to not challenge somebody but ask them to think about something in a different way, so that everyone gets the most out of the conversation that they can.
Confidentiality in the council is extremely important to be able to be transparent. The first time that I went to a council meeting, I actually started hearing some conversation from people that I thought was, very confidential, and that little circle of trust, grew very quickly from my first experience in council, when I heard people sharing such intimate things of their business, even of their personal life, where they thought they needed help.
It's presented at the beginning of every meeting, and everyone knows that everything that is presented there is confidential, and what's said in the room stays in the room. So, and people bring up very delicate issues that I'm sure they're not bringing up anyplace else, and I think everyone has a lot of trust and confidence in the other people in the room and know it's not going anywhere.
You know that you're going to share things yourself, because that's the point of this, is to share things that either are deeply personal to you or are an area of your business that you haven't shared with other people, and could be seriously competitive if it got out, or could ruin a deal that you're considering. So I think everyone really gets that, because they have their own personal things that they're maybe struggling with or they need help with. So that seems natural to me.
Well, the first issue that I think we all understood, as far as the confidentiality, it had to stay in the room. And really what you're talking about is how did we end up building trust with one another, because that's really the glue that keeps relationships together. And the confidentiality part of it is what starts to enable trust.
There's an automatic level of respect, I think, that you have, and that develops as the group works together over time. You just have a level of respect for one another.
And then there's also a sense of caring and a sense of concern that you get a feel for after attending several meetings, because there's a follow-up report of, hey, what happened with that? How's that going? What decision did you make? And it's interesting to see what happens.
You develop relationships and friendships that can last a lifetime. And I think one of the things is that you may not always remember the names of people you were associated with 10, 15 years ago, but you recognize them, and you almost, when you meet them again after a long time, there's that instant rapport, which is something special.